Welcome, welcome to the Shoehorns. We are Shoehorns. Ben, Travis, Eric, Shitty Beetle, Swan. We are talking about Swan's pick from last week, the Jordan Peele movie Nope, created in 2002, or excuse me, 2022. I honestly thought this came out I think I said last week. I thought this came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I guess let's just get
It
into
went
why this is your
straight to
movie.
streaming.
When did you? I don't think any of us had seen it. So when did you first see it?
I mean, dude, I'm exactly like you guys. I like Jordan Peele, but I didn't think Get Out was that great. I didn't see Us because I don't like horror films, and I just didn't really know what to make of this movie, so I kind of just pushed it aside because I figured it was some more weird ass, kind of a subject matter I wasn't interested in. But then maybe I don't know. It's so hard to pinpoint why I decided to watch it. Maybe I saw something, a blurb about it, and it interested me more. And I don't know. I just said fuck
I
it.
need more than that. What made you watch this movie?
And when?
Well, I feel like we brought it. I feel like we brought it up before you watched it at one point somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I was always intrigued to watch it because I like that. I love Jordan Peele. I love the main actor. He's sure.
I was gonna
he's
say the
terrific.
main actor is great. I would watch
He's great.
probably most movies he's in just
he's
because
Dude,
he's
and
good.
then I think I learned that it was about, what it's about, and that's what made me want to watch it. Like, this movie is, and we'll talk
That
about
it wasn't.
This
It
is-
wasn't like exactly what you would think based on the trailer.
Exactly. I think when I
Right.
heard it was more, and I was always interested to watch it, but it's really hard. Like, like Ben says a lot, like, I don't want to watch that. I feel that way about a lot of movies. Like, you have this, and then I'm constantly kind of happy that I chose differently. Like, Place Beyond the Pines is a good example. And that movie, like I said last time, it kind of, I don't even know what I got out of it, but I know that it was good now, and I'm glad I experienced it, and whatever. But this movie to me was even more because I just felt like this is a movie that was taking chances. He's taking chances, man. This guy makes movies. This was written, directed, and produced by him. No one fucking does that shit unless you're confident, like Christopher Nolan, maybe. No one produces it as well. You know what I mean? Like, that to me,
I know
he's just
Andy's
an
been
art.
pushing it, but isn't Gone Baby Gone? Did the Afflecks write that?
It wasn't directed by him. That was David Fincher.
What it was?
You're thinking of.
Oh no, that's Gone Girl.
You're thinking. Oh yeah, never mind.
Whatever, but no. I don't know. This movie, I think the title threw everyone off. It's a weird title. There's
Most
The
of his
Black
films are like
People on
short
Ranch.
titles, though, right?
I get exactly what you're saying, why? Because I'm exactly like I haven't seen Ghostbusters. I haven't seen like we talked about it, the Beetlejuice. Like I'm very selective for no reason. Like I've never seen that Jordan Peele movie, and it's not because I don't like him. I was just like, what was the first one? Was it Get Out?
Get
Get Out.
I think so.
Weird.
Yeah.
I'm just.
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, like if something's like so popular and then like I miss the boat, then I'm just like, oh well.
That's
I
a
don't
good
like
point,
going in because then I feel like my opinion is going to be jaded, and like because I know I'm a contrarian, I'm just going to be like, yeah, this movie is not like I don't even rate it fairly.
Right.
I remember the trailer for this one; it just seemed very like it didn't
Strange.
interest me at all. Like it just
Yeah.
seemed almost like very commercial. Like the whole like nope. I don't know if you remember that like the song they did where it was like a lot of cuts and it was just nope.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this looks dumb. Like I'm not gonna see that. Like, and I hadn't seen any of his other movies, so I just didn't. But I gotta say, I've been thinking about. I watched this on Saturday, and I've been thinking about this movie all week. Like,
What is this movie about?
it kind of blew me away, honestly. I've been thinking about that all week. Like,
I mean, what is it?
I've looked some stuff up now, and
Do you get? I guess here's my question: do you guys consider yourselves people that enjoy and constantly are watching like suspense, thriller? I mean, I wouldn't say this was on the horror level, but scary-ish movies. Do you guys watch those
I don't.
typically?
I think that's why I didn't watch his first two movies, because they were more billed as like horror movies, and even though, like, I just assumed this one kind of was, or
This
again,
one
like the
makes
trailer
sense.
looked kind of corny to me at first. So
Yeah.
If
No,
you scroll over it on Peacock, it shows only one description category, horror, which is interesting.
and that makes no sense. It's not.
Yeah.
It really isn't.
It's not a horror, really.
It's sci-fi. It's a thriller. It's supernatural.
I would say sci-fi is the perfect way to describe that film. It is like, besides the slight twist with the ET, it is your prototypical, I feel like, aliens exist type film.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say prototypical, but I don't know, because just kind of the way
Abductions, taking
right,
animals
but the way
first.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was weird, man. Like, abductions were unwarranted. You got abducted because it wanted to. This was a spectacle, and they were giving it horses.
This was more sort of like Jaws.
Exactly.
Then
They would not show it. This was what made the movie good. You know how many times
I'm saying that's the twist
that
kind of takes it away from the prototypical.
Yeah,
you know, but outside of that,
that's why I called it Jaws, because of the reveal. It was the most calculated reveal. That's what makes a movie good. You don't need to just nut your pants immediately. It was to me, it was awesome, the different displays of the creature, but you never saw it. You saw what was happening, like, what the fuck? It was just perfect to me. The plot was so cool. The setting was so smart. Like, I'm going to say this before I forget. I believe that if this movie was not made in this era, where everything is like hip, and like this Geek Squad guy is cool and wears a cool shirt, and black people are this, there's all these weird things I can't explain. If this movie was made in 1983, this would have been one of the greatest, like, weirdest sci-fi thriller movies ever. But I feel like it gets, just because of the subject matter mixed with what 2023 is, it almost waters down this movie, and it's hard to explain, but this movie was so unique to me, man. And we can get into all the different aspects of it. It's smart. There's so many hints, because I got to watch it again. Like, you really appreciate it more, I think, when you really understand what he's getting at. And they're I mean,
what do you think he's getting at?
Well, just throughout the movie, there's hints as to how this is going to end. Like, how they show some of the things that are the culmination, or the last scene or whatever, in the beginning, in the first scene. They're like showing you without you knowing what's going to happen to this creature. Like, but I think the weirdest part was obviously Gordy. That I didn't enjoy that aspect of the movie, but I think that wraps it all.
No, that was a rough way to start out, because that was I've been trying to take notes lately when I do it, and that was the first thing I wrote, was like, what's the deal with the killer monkey scene to start? And obviously they explained that, but
right.
I personally, as someone that doesn't, like Eric said, watch scary, thriller, horror, whatever, I didn't think it was scary. I definitely enjoyed it, because I was constantly like tense, wondering what was going to happen in each scene. And the one in the barn where the lights and shit kept going, I was like, no fucking way. Like, that's what it's like. There's the little, and then I was like, okay, no, this is okay. So that was a good throw off.
Too, dude. Yes,
that was a good throw off. And I thought, I even wrote down at that point, like, oh, is this all the family fucking with him, trying to get him to sell the ranch or whatever?
Right.
The only thing that I didn't quite get was, I felt like they tried to build OJ's character a lot in the beginning, but I wasn't quite sure what was causing it. Like, if you noticed, he was quiet and constantly looking down. I mean, was that all just a result of what happened to his father? Was it because he was struggling? Like, I don't know. I felt like that part wasn't like explained or broadened on it all, other than just like it made him seem kind of sad.
Yeah, he was
Well,
very mad. Yeah.
Well, I liked this movie and I enjoyed it, and I thought I liked the cinematographer. He's the guy who works with Nolan a lot. His name is, I have it here, Hoyt Van Hoytema.
There was some
Antlers
really good
host.
shots. Do
And
you guys
he's
remember the
Apparently.
what?
shots?
He does all
Do
the
you guys
IMAX.
remember the?
Yeah.
He
His
does
name was
IMAX?
Antlers Holst.
Oh
That
yeah,
was-
that guy is good.
Do you remember the shot when OJ's driving the truck with the horse back into the
Yeah.
house when it dies, right when
Yeah.
it dies, and there's the shot from inside Angel's van
Mm.
when it's rolling up. I thought when I saw that shot, I was like, damn, that's a money shot right there.
Dude, I'm telling you, this movie to me I thought there was 0 actors that were bad. I couldn't pinpoint
Angel
one.
surprised me.
He was great.
No,
Yeah,
he was
He was
good.
great.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I read is that he was supposed to die. I mean, you saw obviously when he was about to look at it and got swept up by the thing, but they originally wrote him as kind of like a kill off, and either his audition or he like made Jordan Peele like rethink it and let him live and be a bigger part of the story, and I think it was worthwhile. Like that surprised me.
I wonder if he assumed, because the whole thing that got me towards the final, parts of the film was they went through all that trouble and all they got was a picture. Like maybe Angel was able to recover some of the stuff that fell.
No, I don't think so.
You don't
They
think
did
so?
show
They got the
She-Hulk.
money shot. They got
Yeah,
what
the
they
girl
needed.
got the Oprah shots in the end. She got 3 of them.
Yeah.
Well, she only
They
got
did-
one.
They got
No,
one.
she got 3.
You saw when
Those
he was
didn't
on the
have
hill,
it.
right?
Only the last
The-
one that came out had
The
it.
last one had like the action shot, but she got 3 different. Like I was reading about it too. Like they said, like if you put those 3 pictures, it's kind of like it alludes to the black guy and the horse in the beginning, where if you loop them over, it's almost like its own film.
Do you
Yeah,
think
the short film.
Do you think OJ made it, or was that like some
Yeah,
Made it.
metaphorical shit?
Apparently, he made it. I never really doubted that, but
I
I
didn't
saw
either.
somebody say that they doubted
was a-
that. But
yeah,
Dude.
same here. I didn't,
Well,
didn't take it
they
as
kind of
like,
just
he was
left
a
him in the
ghost.
fog, so like.
True, that
I
was
thought-
cool. I
yeah.
didn't think of it like that. I like that.
I was
didn't-
hoping that those two at least would.
She was good, man. Like I wrote
I hated
that
her
she
at first. I'm
kind
not
of
gonna lie. Hated
she
her at
kind
first.
of was bordering to me like over the top, like a bit much, but she was funny at times and she was pretty dope at times, but also, that's one of the things I think people would not like about the movie is probably her.
Well,
maybe. I thought
I'm
she was
afraid to
good.
say it because I'm gonna sound racist as a white man, but
I'm saying
think-
Public.
I think people when they see the film advertised and the notion of the film, they think, okay, this is a black film. I'm not gonna relate to it.
that's my
Or-
point. That was my
Right.
point. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And
I
I mean,
agree, totally.
at parts, I would say that yes, Jordan Peele is a black man that wrote a film that promotes black people. He did. At the end of the day, I think he did do that. But I don't think it's like in your face or ruins the film or,
I mean,
does anything to take away from
no,
it.
exactly. And I agree with you. I think that would turn people off, and it's kind of harder to say that. I'm not saying people are like, oh God, black people in the movie, but she's
No.
legit. She's over the top black. Like people don't like that shit, but
Right.
but he like, and he's perfectly like dull and like he's clearly a tortured soul or something. There's something going on with him, but
Well,
I think he
even
kind of
before the stuff with his dad, they kind of alluded to him being somewhat absent, even though he seemed to be good at his job, and he has the back and forth with his dad where they both ask each other if they're good, and if your response to "Are you good?" is "Are you good?" that kind of leads you to believe that there's more to be desired from that person, like maybe he doesn't like being there that much. But I loved as the film continued how every time she was like, "What are we gonna do now?" He's like, "Well, I got some work to do. You want to help me with that?" And she's like, "Fuck no."
Yeah, he would just not, because she was a fucking child. She was a joke. He was a straight up man, dude. He was holding that shit down. She was doing
Yeah,
nothing.
he really did.
I think they're just
that
supposed
actor is
to be
great.
foils of each other because he was like taking over for his dad. He's more of like a traditional cowboy kind of like doesn't say a lot like you said earlier, just not a lot of emotion. And then like they in the movie, she was supposed to get a horse, and then like they did something like they sold it or something, and then she.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like she went off. She was always on the run. So I think they're just supposed to be like polar opposites almost, but like when they're together, like I thought their connection was amazing. Like
Yes, I agree. That's why
they were great.
if it had ended a different way, I would have definitely. But see, if it had ended a different way, I would have been sad. But I also would have. I think that final bit of emotion being like shoving in the dagger there a little at the end might have made it better. Maybe, I don't know, but I certainly was relieved with the thought that
I didn't think the Jupe stuff really. I don't know. I didn't like the way
is that how you say that name? Jupe?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jupe.
I couldn't figure that out. I couldn't
just
figure that
feel
guy's
like
name
that
out the entire time.
I felt
that guy was
like
so weird. The Chris
Yeah.
Kattan.
I thought, yeah,
That was
I mean,
awesome.
Let's get into that. Come on.
The Jupe and the Gordy are like the message of the movie about exploitation.
Yeah.
And it's about Hollywood.
Well, definitely.
But I didn't feel like it
extreme,
necessarily. It felt kind of forced into the movie from it.
But
I didn't feel like it connected really with like the main plot as much.
But wasn't the whole point that he was exploiting like the monkey? He was exploiting that creature just like the monkey, and then the creature in turn went crazy in a sense and murdered all of them. I mean, it was to me it was kind of connected. But yeah, I didn't like. I don't know, dude. That whole monkey thing really was very odd to just pan to that because it didn't fit the movie at all. It didn't.
But it was also like the most tense, crazy fucking scenes of the movie.
I'll never forget that scene.
Yeah, it's a crazy fucking scene.
I'm not going to the zoo ever again.
But when they cut back to like the middle where they show you when he's under the table, like what really happened, like I was like, I didn't know what was happening, like, and I kind of agree at first. I didn't understand like what does this have to do with anything, like, or how does this tie in overall. But I actually really liked. I thought his character made the most sense. I agree with why it's like more, and like you said, Travis, like it's about exploitation and like he didn't learn his lesson. Like he thought that like he said he's like I'm the chosen one. Like I think he was dealing with this trauma in a weird way. Like the shrine he had, the hidden shrine, and how he saved the shoe.
He was definitely burying that.
He thought he could control an alien or an animal like the monkey. Like even though that didn't really happen the first time.
He didn't know what he was dealing with. For sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean that's sort of the analogy to Hollywood. You know, they think they can control these predators or these wild animals, and you can't.
Yeah.
But that was an amazing scene. Like
it really was.
Thinking about it, I think like it's not a horror movie, but it made me like I would say this movie just made me uncomfortable because I could like it seemed very realistic. Like I thought that was like really well done personally.
Yeah.
It like just made me feel disturbed. Like holy shit, that felt real to me.
You don't know how happy I am right now.
Like the
Why?
way
that everyone
did we like the
enjoyed
movie
because everyone didn't hate it. Like it's to me I'm not saying that I thought that, but I don't know, man. It's an odd movie. Like it's not that's why I liked it because it's not a 2023 2022 type of movie. They doesn't have all that dumb shit you don't need. This is a movie.
I think this was the point of this podcast. Like, I'm glad you picked this because I never would have watched this, and now I'm glad I did. So that was
this is my favorite movie in a while, man. Like,
it's made me think. Like, I'm gonna go watch this other movie now.
There's a lot to. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I haven't seen Get Out. I haven't seen Us, and after watching this, I've decided I'm going to watch it. So
has anyone seen those films?
No.
I saw Get Out, but it wasn't memorable. I don't recall it, but I do kind of want to see Us, but it sounds weird. But I mean,
I don't even remember what Us is. What's Us?
The problem is I know
Oh, God,
I know
that.
the
No, I don't want to watch
spoilers
Us.
for
Oh my God.
Us is the one with like the family, and they see like a family with like scissors.
Yep.
Like that one looks like a
scary.
horror.
That one looks scary. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
one's the straight up horror. Yeah.
I don't
But
want to do
dude,
that.
I could talk. There's so much to talk about. I mean, dude, we could talk. I mean, I don't want to talk about the monster and just get to the end of it, but because the reveal, like the whole time, you're like, this is a flying saucer.
Yeah.
And then the reveal is ridiculous when you really realize what this thing is capable of. And I did some research, and it actually he took, I guess, the idea of the look of it from, I guess it was a mixture of sea creatures like jellyfish and eels and octopuses, but also like it said it was from like an anime. Some fuck is it called? Eon Genesis Evangelion. And there's some angels in that it's depicted.
Sort of had a stingray type of look
Yeah.
when it was flying too. Yeah, so it's
If you look
based
up,
on.
there's a lot of shit he used, you know, in to whatever to references in this movie from like older movies, like that bike slide when she does the slide on the motorcycle. That's from Akira. That's the same exact slide they do in some like very famous anime. So he's a very weird dude. That's why I like it, because he's kind of like utilizing a lot of his interests and shoving it into the movie in cool ass ways.
I don't even, and like you said, I almost like now I feel bad that I haven't supported his movies before, because I love the idea of a movie that is written, directed, produced by one creative individual. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I want to. I don't want to support Marvel movies. I want to support creative Jordan Peele type movies.
And this is the problem. Like Zach was like, "Did you see the Candyman?" He didn't fucking. He like wrote it. He was like a writer on it. He didn't direct it. He didn't produce it. It's like people are so confused as to what people are involved in because they're lying to you. They want you to go see the movie. They say from Jordan Peele. You know how many times they've done that? Like from the directors of.
An executive producer can basically do nothing and get an executive. Well, some of them do, and some of them don't. I mean, it depends, but yeah. I mean, of course, they're going to maximize that, you know, after his success and throw it everywhere for Candyman. Zach now thinks he made the movie.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, and also this is what frustrates me is like, you know, people hate it. It's like I don't know if they're oversaturated with the violence and Marvel shit, like, you know, kind of like porn with sex. It's like, are people just so unable to appreciate something unique and like well thought out and well done? Like, I'm really confused as how someone could hate this movie. I don't get that. I think that's impossible.
We're just referring to Zach.
Pretty much. But because I looked on IMDb and people were like, "Is this a good movie?" Nope. He's literally getting worse as Jordan Peele's done. Like, to me, he's getting better. Like those other movies, like I didn't see. I think he's getting better.
He has high expectations now, so it's hard to meet those all the time as a creative person once you've already put out some good stuff. But
this was what I'm.
I mean, I love Spielberg. I don't love every Spielberg movie. I mean, you're not gonna like everything that a person comes out with.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just weird. I like shit like this. You know, I have another suggestion, but it's literally like a more toned down version of this exact movie. And I'm like, I should have fucking nominated that first and then blown their minds away with no.
What is it?
It's The Vast of Night.
Oh, geez, what is that?
It's on Prime. Everyone can watch it. It's like a Prime movie. It's legitimately like an even more toned down, like kind of like Close Encounters.
Holy
like
shit.
It's dope as fuck, and it's like set in like the 50, like, so you can only communicate by radio. It's cool as fuck. It's like Stranger Things, but like actually like adults somewhat.
So, what were you gonna say, Travis? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So I was looking at the little trivia section online. Did you guys notice when you were watching it that the monkey signed something when he was about to walk over to the kid?
Mm-mm.
I actually did when he was going to do the fist bump, but he signed something when he like first noticed he was there.
Oh shit! What was it?
And I was looking at
Yeah.
the trivia and I just saw it, and he says, after Gordy exits his rampage, he signs to young Ricky, "What happened, family?"
Oh
Because
my god!
Because he
Blacked
didn't
out.
understand what
Yeah.
the balloons popping
Yeah.
sent him into a fucking
Yeah,
tizzy.
because they're fucking wild animals. Like you can't.
Exactly.
It's
You
like
can't
the horse.
I don't know.
So that's even more tragic. He, went into a rage and didn't even know what he did and felt bad about it, and then
Like
gets
a pregnant.
killed.
Well, yeah,
Like a pregnant. Like can't like a postpartum.
the one chick like in the foot, like he's like, hey, like almost like get up, like what are you playing around?
Yeah.
Mm.
You asleep?
Pretty sad.
Well, that kind of leads into some of the things I wanted to talk about. I've read a couple kind of crazy theories.
Okay. Let's hear.
One, I mean, they're all kind of related to different analogies of different sort of aspects of Hollywood, but one, the two sort of theories about the alien are, one is, which they actually say in the movies, because Steve Yeun's character Jupe calls it the viewers. So that the alien is actually the viewers, which chew you up and spit you out, and only. And then that also sort of relates to the Daniel Kaluuya thing, where he doesn't look it in the eye. So like he is he was sort of more like a behind the scenes Hollywood.
So like a fourth wall type situation.
Exactly. And he's sort of like a behind the scenes cinematographer type person, and he never like looks into the camera. So he never gets chewed up and spit out.
Oh, right. Wow.
But the people who look into the camera, which she doesn't end up dying, but his sister, who wants to be famous, she would have looked, if it wasn't for her brother, she would have looked into the camera and been chewed up and spit out.
Same with Angel. He was looking. He got lucky. He got swept away by something else. He was gonna get. He damn near did get chewed up. Still,
He's in the
he
barbed
got
wire.
sucked up.
Yeah.
He was in the barbed wire fence.
That's cool.
And Antler, his name is Antler.
Is that the filmmaker?
Oh, so
Yeah.
Did you see
That
him?
guy was something.
Yeah.
He was watching those videos that were depicting exactly what he wanted to. Like that's what he's. Did you see the boa constrictor engulfing a tiger?
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
And he was like, "Well, I know what I need to do next."
What do you call it? It wasn't like the money shot, but it was something like that, like the impossible shot or something like that.
Yeah, something. Yep, something like that. Shut your ass up.
I don't know, but that was that guy. What is he from? Prometheus? Is he from Prometheus, or he's from some?
I don't know. He's definitely.
Somebody look it up, please.
Here's another fun little thing.
What is Angel from? He looked familiar too.
I thought he was.
He did
a knockoff.
Franco, Dave Franco.
What's that guy's name? Not Dave Franco. No, the guy. Fuck, what's his name? He was in like High School Musical. The good-looking dude.
Zac Efron.
Yeah, I thought he was a knockoff Zac Efron at first. Like I thought they looked very similar.
Zac Efron.
But that guy was good.
He was in Alien Resurrection.
Well, nope, not.
And he
me.
was also in the Three Musketeers, which I watched as a kid.
Antlers.
So he was a child actor?
No, he was the bad guy in Three Musketeers. The one with Charlie Sheen.
Yep, of course, dude.
Yeah,
Kiefer Sutherland.
And who else?
Antler.
Who was
Antler?
Name the other Musketeer.
The filmmaker. Sorry.
Yeah,
Chris
the filmmaker.
O'Donnell.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Chris O'Donnell was D'Artagnan.
Who was the other one?
The fat guy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Porthos.
Was
What's
he?
his name?
Oh, Oliver Platt.
Yes, that fucking name, Oliver Platt.
That's a crazy movie, dude. That's got some star
that's
power.
Underrated. That's
underrated.
underrated.
That all the time.
And the bad guy is Tim Curry.
Yeah, that shit rips, dude. That movie rocked.
We need to do that movie.
Dude, that's on like Netflix or some shit too. We gotta do that thing. I was obsessed.
Yeah, no, I was too. That movie.
Then I pivoted to The Man in the Iron Mask right after that.
That's a good one.
That is a good one too. Leo.
Oh yeah, Leo. Young Leo.
Yeah.
Wait, is Kiefer Sutherland? No, he's not in that one.
Oh no. Getting excited.
getting Kiefer
But hey,
Sutherland other overload.
Dude, oh my God, I could talk about this movie for hours. This movie was brilliant.
I want to get some certain topics about it.
All right, but hold on. Let me finish up what I was saying.
Sorry.
So
Go ahead,
also the alien kind of looks like a camera.
Yeah. I think the green square part of his mouth or nose.
Kind of comes out and looks sort of like a flash. They were saying I didn't really understand that, but I think maybe if you
I did, because they
movie
kept
cameras,
the black guy and the horse, and they would show it like framed in that kind of square box.
Yeah,
so that was definitely intentional.
Didn't the movie start with his eye or mouth or whatever that was, like the green? It starts,
and then I think it morphs into the horse thing.
Yes, then it morphs into the guy on the horse. Exactly.
I think maybe there was the first cut scene of the monkey, or maybe I can't remember which came first, but they were definitely like back to back.
Yeah. I think you're right, dude.
But that actually kind of leads into my next question. Was like, obviously we've all seen the movie now, but like,
sure.
What did you think when OJ's dad died, and you saw like he just kind of collapsed, and then you see when he gets the X-rays, he had like the coin in his head, and then you saw there was the key in the horse. Like, what did you guys think? And I guess it's more for Travis and Ben. Like, since it was our first time, what did you think like happened there?
I had no idea.
Or, like, what were your expectations before you kind of knew, like, okay, this is what's happening? Like,
they didn't technically show you exactly what happened.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. So, what were you thinking as a viewer? Like, what were you wondering? Like, what the fuck? Like,
obviously, I thought that I knew that based on knowing what the film was about, that it was some, paranormal activity that caused, or not paranormal, extraterrestrial activity that caused stuff. I thought maybe the stuff was flying up from the ground, maybe. Like, I wasn't sure on that. But funny you mentioned that. I actually went back and watched the first few minutes where they introduce OJ, and they're talking about in the background missing hikers and
Yep.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, that had to come from someone. Like, after the movie ended, I was like, oh, someone got killed.
Yeah.
And
they explained it at the beginning. They give you the little tip at the beginning about the missing hikers.
They'd been preying on the mountain. Like, they'd been up on the mountain, I guess, there was a mountain over there, and whoever they had up there, they were sucking everyone up from there at first.
And something I didn't pick up on, definitely like midway through, is like that Jupe was playing them. Like, when he was asking for those horses, it's because he was.
Yeah. Well, he was. That was another question that came to mind, was like, how come he didn't ever think like, oh, well, I've sold him 10 horses. Where are all of them?
Yeah.
Well, he was busy, but it was funny because he was like, yeah, I want to buy those horses back from you at some point. And he's like, yeah, sure. And then his sister's looking at something. And he's like, oh, you like that? Like, he wanted
But he also
said, subject.
But he also said, like, I can still honor the same deal with your dad. So it's almost like his dad fucking knew, because he was like alluding to some deal they had, and maybe the deal was that they were going to get him back. But I think the deal was that he fucking knew that they weren't coming back.
No, the deal was to sell the ranch, the entire ranch.
Yeah, I took that.
Right. Okay. So they were all going to be his either way.
Yeah, because he was trying to buy the ranch so he could exploit the whole thing, and no one else would be able to profit from it but him. And I didn't pick up on that like in the middle of the movie at all.
True. Yeah, I thought I was hoping the key was like meant something. I was like, what the fuck? Why is there a key in this?
Like clearly like it came from above, but I was like, well, like there's like a little kicked up, like a little dust storm. Like, was there some sort of magnetic kind of, like, I didn't know what, like. And then I think we mentioned earlier, like in the barn scene, like you kind of see the traditional, like, oh, there's aliens there, and he's his phone out, and then he like punches one, and just like, oh, it's just Jupe's kids like messing with him because they were pissed that his sister stole the horse or whatever. I thought that was a good subversion, because like that's what you think of what an alien is gonna be, and then it ended up pretty much not even. I like that he kind of made it more like it's an animal. It's not like little green men with big black eyes. It's like this thing that can kind of camouflage itself, because it's a cloud, but then it kind of looks like a traditional UFO, but then it's actually not really a traditional UFO. When it unfolds, it's like you said, more like a jellyfish. So that kind of gave it more of like an animal versus like, oh, this is a little green man in a saucer thing.
I love when OJ, when that happened, he was like, nope. So It's such a black thing, like, nope, hell no, oh hell no.
I watched some interviews. That's what Jordan Peele said. He was like, I mean, like we said, like he's gonna make movies with black people because he's a black guy, so why not? Like, good for him. And he's like, this is what black people would say. They'd be like, nope, nope,
Yeah.
nope.
Hell no, fuck no. It was I think it was debunked, but they said that it was an acronym for not of planet Earth, which kind of I don't think he said that was actually what it was, but that's cool as shit. I like that.
It fits. If the shoe fits.
That I can't get over
The
that.
shoe. Why was the shoe standing up?
Yeah, that's the question.
Why?
I researched that the most, and I was
What shoe?
Huh?
What shoe?
In the monkey scene, you know, the girls who got beaten to death, her shoe is just standing up on the toe.
Yeah.
Her toes were in it still.
Doesn't
Her foot was in it.
And Juke memorialized. He puts it like behind glass, like in.
Yeah, he has one. Yeah.
And then he's got it in glass. Yeah.
Right. Well.
Did you find an answer?
I did, and I think it probably explains it the best. Was that like at one point, OJ asked like, "Is there a name for what's a word for a bad miracle?" And like they were kind of saying like that's probably what it was. Like it's just like some crazy kind of during the most craziest time. Like it was just a bad miracle. Like how could that happen? But somehow it did. Or some people were saying like it was his way to deal with the trauma. Just like he was only focusing on that shoe, and like maybe he just remembered it that way to like escape like what was going on. I don't know.
But what was the shoe? Why was the shoe like that?
She got knocked straight out of her
I don't know if
shoe.
there's any reason why.
Which also, I think that was the most disturbing part of the movie was seeing her alive at that show.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I'm seeing in my brain right now, and I'm not happy about that.
Yeah.
Well, luckily,
Well, how
you
about
didn't
them
have
getting
to see it for
sucked
too
up?
long.
What did you think about the way that they portrayed like the people once they got sucked up, like being stuck in the whatever the throat?
Well, I thought that was pretty pathetic, but also
No.
I also appreciated it as someone that didn't want to like watch them getting mangled or something.
I kind of get what you're saying because at first I thought I was like, well, this is a little like cheesy, like it didn't from like a set design kind of thing. I was like, this looks dumb. But then like the more I watched it and I kind of like put myself in that situation, I was like, this is actually terrifying as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, because if that really happened, like you would literally just be like, you don't know where the fuck you're like in the middle of Belly's whale kind of thing. Like, well, I'm still alive. I'm just waiting to be whatever.
It was very similar to the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds.
Oh, to me, it was similar to the Interstellar when he was in that other dimension, and people are like, "That's dumb as fuck." You have no fucking clue what it would be like. This is called taking an artistic, like like chance.
What you mean when he's in the library?
Yes, that's people hate that. People love. This is very similar. Like it's something that no one knows what it actually looks like. Like I guess you could stuff a camera in someone's stomach, but you don't truly know what it feels like. As a human to be engulfed by a creature that doesn't exist.
That's why I liked it because I started picturing. I was like, man, this like it disturbed me.
I liked it.
It was like, I felt
I
suffocated with them. I was like, man, that would be so fucking awful. Because
you're
like still
the screams. How every time they go over you, you just hear the
disorienting. Like, like obviously they're fucked, but they're not dead yet, and everyone's screaming and like.
Remember when he says? Remember when he's like, shut the fuck up and just goes, oh, and just swallows them all and they all stop.
Yeah. How about
this in your life?
When it's like just pouring blood on the house, like that was a cool visual.
That was like the only horror. That and the Gordy shit was really the only horror about it. Like
Gordy was just so dark, man. Like I wouldn't even put it as horror. It was just like.
Well, just the slaughtering scene.
I would never forget that. Like, yeah, you can think about what you want. I was just like, it felt so weird to me that it was just disturbing. Like,
and like the applause sign.
Yeah, with the applause sign
and shit.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And just the whole place is empty. That shit was very disturbing.
Oh man, so
was that similar to when they went to Jupe's Ranch and the whole place was empty and there's just everything sitting there, like you know what I mean? You think that's a callback?
Yeah, definitely. Well, no, I read something else that said it was a balloon popping that set off the Gordy, and then it was a balloon popping inside the creature that
I wrote that down too, and it wasn't just a balloon; it was Jupe's balloon.
It was a balloon of Jupe.
And dude, they show that,
and that's when he attacks it.
And they show that when they first get to the place, the first thing they show is the balloon, and he's winking, which is funny. Like it's like a joke. Like you don't even know I'm about to fucking. And then they show the well, so you literally see both things that are like the most pivotal parts of the movie, like immediately. So I think he does shit like this all the time.
I like that callback of her, doing the photo bomb.
Yeah.
At the well, and then the well she uses it in the final shot. I thought that was a cool callback.
I agree. That was a question I had. Was that part of their plan, or was that kind of improv?
That was improv.
That was all improv,
in my opinion.
Like her really in there, and then like she like looks around.
No, they wanted to get it on the digital camera.
No, I know, but
it's almost non-digital. Yeah, the one that was.
No, I know that was. That was great thinking by her then to like, because I agree. Like she looks around and she's like, oh, she sees the coins, and then she kind of remembers like, oh shit, there's a camera right here. So I thought that was really cool, but I wasn't sure. I was like, was that part of the plan or what?
Greatest night of my life. Never forget this, you guys. I'll never forget this.
What's that?
You guys are good people, man. You guys are good people.
Did you think we were gonna like the movie?
No, I thought it was gonna be like maybe Travis, maybe.
I did not expect to like this movie.
No faith.
I didn't expect to like it myself, so I don't blame you.
Well, that's because Ben said, like, I gotta watch that. I literally was with him. He's like, I still haven't watched it. I gotta watch that fucking movie. I was like, oh, great. That doesn't sound very promising, but I think he would say that about most movies we're gonna watch. So, no, I mean, I don't know. I could see. I don't think it's a perfect movie necessarily, but I think I'm just very satisfied, man. I'm so satisfied.
I almost watched it again. I didn't, but I probably will pretty soon. Like, I'll definitely watch it again.
I mean, it's a perfect movie for this podcast too, because there's a lot to think about, and he was going for different messages and themes and stuff, which is fun to talk about.
Absolutely.
So I hope. Did it do well? Does anybody know? I mean, I guess it went straight to streaming, right? Or it was never in theaters?
No, it was in theaters.
It was in theaters?
It was. He said he intended it to be in theaters.
Dude, imagine this in theaters.
It would have been better in theaters, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I would have been freaking out in a theater, probably.
I wish I saw it in theaters.
Actually, I can't really say that because I watched it on my, home.
That's what I told my wife. I was like, I think Travis has a home theater. He's about to be fucking psyched.
It's pretty good.
How long have you had that?
Oh, a long time, yeah.
It's pretty in the old home theater. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a 13-foot screen.
Dude, you did it right.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. I give it a 10. It's a 10 out of 10.
We got an 83% on Rotten.
Yeah.
It got it's underrated. It really is. I mean,
the audience score wasn't that great, right? It was like 60 something, 68.
I think so. I remember seeing that.
The critics liked it more than the audience.
I could see people being like, because I wouldn't say it's slow, but there's just a lot of development. Like, there are parts.
I thought the pace was great.
Yeah,
I could see people being like, though, like, was that worth it? Because it was over 2 hours, and like if someone to like thinking about what movies meant, I could definitely see someone being like, it wasn't worth it. Like, didn't pay off for me.
I was definitely worried when I saw it was over 2 hours, but like I said, pacing I thought was good. They had the tense scenes. They gave you a second to relax and set you up for the next tense scene. It was good. I really enjoyed watching it. In retrospect, it wasn't my favorite film of all time, but I really did enjoy watching it.
I love. Do you remember when obviously OJ was constantly the fucking man, just escaping the thing and hiding under structures, and that one time where it tried to suck him up through the structure and slammed him up against the top, and then he like wakes up that was so cool to me because this thing was desperate, man. It wanted him so bad. It was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try. But what confused
Hollywood wants you.
What confused me was that it seemed to be very intelligent in terms of what it wanted to suck up. Like it learned its lesson, kind of.
Yeah.
It spit the horse out, but then at the end, it sucked up the most giant fucking piece of plastic you ever seen in your life, as if it. What I didn't. Maybe I thought it was a human.
I mean, but it looked like it was in the shape of a human.
Right.
So,
That was my only.
People read that as like, since the balloon rose up, it was like in its territory and it was defending space. So it kind of
It was big.
It was like a defensive.
Well, I thought it
it
was also funny because it had the flags hanging from it too.
I thought that too. I was like,
they had established it didn't like.
Yeah,
I agree with that as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think,
thought
but
the
also
same thing,
because
but-
it looked each other in the eyes. I think that's what people are theorizing as like, and it was Jupe, so it's a callback to that. So it's like,
Yep.
and
What about the fucking TMZ guy?
I wanted to bring
That
that.
was
Yeah, I like
That
that.
was one of my
cool.
least favorite parts of the movie. I mean,
Really?
if the film guy hadn't had to switch the film real quick, that guy would have done everything for them. But
Yeah.
they made it so it was just an inconvenient way to kill some random idiot.
Dude, there was still no scene better than when it literally went 1 foot away from OJ and he just looked down. It was all up on top of him, like he was in it. He was like in it.
Yeah,
Like, was it like a respect thing that it was like it understood if you didn't look at it? It was like, well, this thing respects me enough not to catch my gaze, then I can't swallow. It was confused.
it's
That's
because
so
he
confusing.
understood. And I agree with like what I read. So it's because he understood animals. Like
Well, yeah, you're
The horse,
you're taught
yeah.
yeah,
not
the horse
to,
exactly. It was like, don't
you're
look at
taught
me.
not to look directly into an animal's eyes because it could become offended.
And
That
this
is why they tell you not
the
to
scene
do
with
that.
Jupe as a young kid when he's under the table, like there's the tablecloth hanging over, and they never, since he's kind of trying to look at them through like a veil, they never actually make like direct eye contact. So that's why a lot of people theorize that he actually lived, and then he kind of had the connection with the animals. So that's why going forward in life, he thought like he could control animals, even though he kind of just got
That
lucky.
thing. You're right. That's a good call because that thing
I am
touched
the
him after.
chosen one.
I
Dude,
understand.
Let me ask you guys this.
I thought he was the best. I don't know if it was Daniel Kaluuya, OJ, but I thought that guy. I've heard of this guy's name, this Steven. I forget
He's
his
from Walking Dead,
Steven
mainly.
Yeun.
Oh, okay. Is that where he's famous? Because I definitely heard of him before. Steven.
Yeah.
Wasn't he just in Parasite or some really famous movie?
Was he? I don't know. Was he? Probably. Because
I
he
don't
was
know.
like the best part of Walking Dead for a long time.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely heard of him, but I didn't really recognize. I just haven't seen the movies he's been in. I thought he played that character
And
to a T.
Catan was just.
Oh, dude, that shit was so funny. He was
He was-
Catan.
He
He was
clearly
killing
like
it.
so like just like trying to like cope with like the trauma and just like glossing over it, being like, yeah, it was
It's all
Catan.
good. Yeah.
Inside, like that's what I liked. I thought he played the turmoil so well, like on his
Yeah.
face.
Do
Like, when
you
he
guys?
flashbacks to the scene, and they cut back to him, and he's just like staring. And his
Yeah,
wife,
that
ready to go, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm ready." Like, but you just know he's like so fucked up on the inside.
Yeah, dude.
Like that's hard to
Massive.
pull off as an actor, I think.
Yeah, he was great. I'm telling you, I had zero complaints. This is impossible in most movies. There was no character that shouldn't have been in the movie. Like, there was no wasted character.
Yeah.
Well,
I
and
mean, I
there's
guess
only
he
a
didn't have
couple.
a lot
There's
of
about like
characters.
5 characters really, which I like
Yeah.
too. There's no fat to churn really, which is great.
Like even that chick from that fat chick, the Angel's working buddy. Like, why was she in it? But it was funny. Like, what the fuck? It's like snuck up on him. It was. I mean, it was just all so
How's
great.
OJ?
Great comedic moments to this movie. I thought.
Yeah, that was actually a really funny part. How's OJ? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
why did she know his name?
How's OJ? He's stalking. They told him not
They
to
were
look.
stalking him, yeah.
They told him not to, and he immediately just did. Like he knew it was so funny because they were like, he said the only reason your cell would drop out totally is if you're in a UFO zone. That was like how it started when they like met him.
I wrote down my favorite because it just made me laugh so hard was when she stole the horse, and he kind of knew. Like he drives out to their ranch, and he's like, "Hey,
Oh,
just like that." He's like, "Where'd you get it?" And then before he was like, "Oh, I got it, whatever." And he goes,
where'd you get it?
but at the end he's
Oh
like,
yeah, where'd you get yours?
I don't know.
"Thumbs up," and they're like, "Huh?" And he's like, "Thumbs up, thumbs up."
All right. Yeah.
It was just
That whole scene was hilarious.
Yeah,
But also, like, I didn't realize at that time that he was playing them. So, like, that's why I want to rewatch
Right.
it. Because, like, clearly he had his own fucking thoughts.
Because Angel like says something like, "All right, see ya." They're like, "Dude, you don't live here. Like, shut up. Like, what are you talking for?"
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
That was
interesting. I
hilarious.
didn't think about it from that aspect because he, at that point, already knew that the alien was sucking up horses.
Oh, absolutely.
So what was he thinking then? He was
He
like,
was
"Damn."
thinking they were on to what was happening.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
But
exactly.
they
Yeah.
played it off like, oh no,
It's
it's
like,
a
why did they steal
decoy
my
for training.
Oh, they
Doesn't
must
she
know.
go like, she's like, "That's good enough. Don't come no further." She's like, yells
He
at,
knows-
like, "That's
That's
fine."
exactly what it is. He knows that they have horses and that they're caught on that this thing sucked up a horse. So why else would they steal a fake horse from me?
You're fine. That's fine.
But they didn't know
It's still
that he
right
was on
there.
yeah, I really want to rewatch it again. Pick up on some
Dude, it's
things like that.
man. God damn, there is still hope for this world. Oh boy, to me, this was a callback to he makes movies that are from a different era. Like he was raised on that shit, so this is what he wants to make, and he's making it. This is not typical. Nobody's making movies like this.
No,
Not many people, yeah.
I watched did you guys see I was ready to talk about this, so I watched some YouTube videos of interviews with him. He wrote this during like COVID because he was like worried about the future of movies, and it came out of like a space like that where he was like, I want to make a spectacle that brings people, like, I got to give people a reason to go back to the movie theater.
I'm so mad I didn't go see this. I would have been blown away. I was blown away.
My one complaint would be like, and maybe it might just be me, but I thought the marketing of it was, like I said earlier, like kind of corny.
Yeah.
It didn't.
It
like,
was not. It
intrigue
was
me.
not good marketing.
It was bad market. But you know,
Clearly,
dude, it's very hard, I think, to
Well, yeah,
do
but
a
it's
good
yeah.
trailer.
but you don't want to.
Not only that, but to like give away not give away too much. So I mean, in that sense, they certainly succeeded because it was not what I expected it. You know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was reading something about this, and there was, I forget what it was, but it was something they did a long time ago where they basically did a study and found out that like people won't go see the movie unless you give away like the whole movie in the trailer.
Yeah, essentially.
I hate everyone. That's so
Yeah,
dumb. Dude. Why?
I mean, we were talking about it with Oblivion.
Simple
how they
folk.
gave away the twist in the Oblivion trailer.
Yep. Morgan Freeman's underground with a bunch of shrew people. Like,
So
what the fuck?
it's a hard fucking balance of showing enough but not showing too much.
Yeah, and I think he had built up so much credibility that they had almost like this guaranteed built-in audience. So it made more sense to, like, not like you said, like it probably is true that they would have got more like people interested to go if they had given away more, but I like that they didn't. Like,
yeah, I agree.
All right, Nope made 171 million on a 68 million budget. Probably you can add another 30. It's probably basically about 100 million budget with.
The thing about when it came out too is like,
in COVID.
Yeah, like post-COVID, kind of like.
That's pretty good, honestly.
It's gonna be something to go see.
I didn't lose money at least.
Movie. Like none of us really have. Sounds like haven't really watched his movies, but.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Fan base.
Get Out made 255 million on a fucking $4.5 million
What?
budget.
Oh my god.
Yeah, when you do that, then Hollywood's like, yeah, we'll give you.
Yeah, Hollywood's like, sign me up for more of those films because.
What about us?
I like the.
Ben, you look like Gordy right now.
Oh God! No, stop that!
Dude, that is creepy as shit.
It's
That is
horrifying.
awesome.
I don't know, like. See, the reason why I think this is a great movie, a lot of things, but there's some thread to it. The Gordy thread, I'll just never forget that, man. I just never will.
Well, and they start you off with that, like it's like they burn the image in your brain to start the film.
Yeah, tiny foreshadow, but then it like cuts back to like the main story. But then it comes back and it's like makes you think. Like
I loved how they utilized. I loved how they utilized power loss with the cars. Like you knew that it was like that was so cool. How you just knew that oh fuck. and then they had the wacky waving inflatable tube men, and all that shit was so great, man. Like being stuck in a car overnight, you fall asleep because there's a fucking UFO supposedly above you. Like it was realistic. This was a realistic fucking movie to me in terms of if this happened on I don't you're in the middle of nowhere. That's the type of place where something like this, if it existed, would prey. Like this is all well thought out. So I fucking loved it.
On that, where it's like most UFOs are in that desert territory, but I like how he went against, like, even though it did kind of at first, like I said, look like a UFO. It's like it wasn't at all. It was just kind of just I don't know why the shape of UFO to capture people, but it clearly wasn't one.
Did you see the one time it took another form? It looked like a pirate ship, like a mast. Like it.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was insane. Because I don't remember when it was.
When they got the picture, it was like sort of like that.
It was unfolded.
Yeah, that was like
there was another one too where it looked like a bubble. It was weird.
But it's definitely like some kind of a shape shifting kind of thing, because it's like when it's hiding, it's like it just camouflages itself as a cloud, which is.
And supposedly that fake cloud or that cloud was there, like that was there before like it's just sitting there, and we all are just oblivious to it.
Oh yeah, no.
How are you gonna see that?
I like that.
I know, but it's so cool. Like
Angel,
you don't even know the thing's just stalking you.
That's what I like. Wasn't Angel the one who figured out? He's like, you didn't notice or something, like when he was showing the video.
He saw it on the video.
And that was cool.
That fucking cloud, dude. That fucking cloud
has been staring at that same cloud for the last 6 months.
That's what I liked about the team.
Kept saying 6 months.
Like, they literally were in the middle of nowhere, but somehow, like, I like the metaphor of that, where it's like you can't be anywhere without fucking TMZ, and more so like
right.
Like nowadays, how just like if something happens, someone's gonna find out and it's gonna get filmed. Like there's no escaping, like just modern time.
And very quickly.
Yeah,
it was just cool. It was
and
how it just
sacrificed their lives to beat you. Like they were like they thought they had this all, like they're gonna be millionaires, get their Oprah shot, and it's like, hi, TMZ's here, and we're here to fuck you. Like,
and he's dying. Like, yeah, just get my camera. Go on, dude. He's
like, yeah, just get the shot. Make sure I get the credit. And it's like, nah, bro, you're not getting the credit. You're done. Sorry, buddy.
And what does he say to him? My bad. He he leaves him. What does he say? Like he had some really good one-liners. He had when he went up to the horse one time and he went, "What's good?" He just said something so black to a horse. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
That guy is great, man. I'm definitely gonna watch.
What else is he in besides Get Out?
He's in Judas and the Messiah, or he's in a couple
for best supporting actor for something.
Yeah, he played some Black Panther. I think in a Black Panther depiction.
Yeah, Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't he in Black Panther?
Oh, yeah, he was in Black Panther. He was in Black Panther.
He was one of the like sidekicks.
He's in Sicario.
That's right. You're right.
He's from Sicario. That's where I know him from.
Top Gun Maverick. Okay, no.
Small part in Sicario.
I gotta Top Gun Maverick's on my list of movies I need to watch ASAP.
Oh, yeah.
Have you all seen that?
Sicario.
I've seen it.
I'm sure Travis has.
I have not.
Ben?
I've seen Sicario, but I don't remember any of it. I might have been blasted when I watched it.
That might have to be a future one. That was one where people were like, it's a good movie, and I just never watched it. But then
I enjoyed the shit out of it when I was watching it, but I can't remember. All I remember is being starstruck the entire time.
Very brutal.
That's another one. The opening scene when they're going through the house.
Oh my!
Very memorable, that scene. Huh?
Isn't Nick Kaluuya the guy in that scene, like with the chick?
Is he? I really only remember Emily Blunt being there.
I think it's him and Emily Blunt.
Yeah, I think he must have been there. They were partners basically.
You know what we're gonna have to nominate, because Ben probably hasn't seen either of A Quiet Place. We're gonna have to put that on the list. My God.
I actually watched a good chunk of the second one.
Why? What the fuck are you doing? You can't.
It was on, and I was like, ooh, let me be dangerous. And I put it on for a minute, and I was like, okay, this isn't that bad.
Yeah, well, God damn. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it.
Now
It's
watch the first.
A Quiet Place is on. It's sort of in the same category as Nope. I would say it's sort of more science fiction horror rather than straight horror.
I agree. More, yeah, just good. It's just a little tamer.
Yeah, and good. It's like when I think of horror, I think of these movies, like Dead Nun or whatever they're called, and
yeah, whatever the fuck. We don't watch
Ouija board people.
I think of like characters like when we were growing up, like your Freddy Krueger, your Jason.
Fuck that shit.
Nowadays, it is more like that fucking paranormal activity.
The Conjuring.
The Conjuring, and yeah.
I don't even. Yeah, and they're making like weird ass like hide and seek horror movies. There was like some weird. There's some dumb shit. Like this is not horror. It's so blasphemous to label this as horror. You're turning so many people off, dude.
It's like death porn.
Yeah, literally. Horror is death porn. Oh fuck yeah, more slaughter.
I have it up on Wikipedia, and they have it labeled as a American neo-Western science fiction horror film.
Ow!
That just sounds like too much.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Well, is it Western? I mean, I guess there is Western aspects.
I'd give it a Western nod.
Like a traditional Western.
Trying to play it up.
Western sci-fi. It's spaghetti sci-fi.
I like that.
The Western thing is the jupe.
Scabetti-fi.
What is it called? Jupe's Claim.
The Hollywood horse breeding stuff.
Yeah, but the Jupe's Claim city is all Western style too.
Jupe. I know Western motif.
The Western.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it's more. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a Western per se. Just depicting.
It's not like a Cowboys Indians Western, but I mean it is widescreen landscape, middle of nowhere, horses.
Yeah, true.
You know what's funny?
I mean, I guess
they did actually film that where they said it took place in the movie.
Yeah, that was interesting to me too. I read that as well. That's cool as shit. That usually is not the case.
It's not like
never the case.
Like Wild West shit. It's just
middle of the mountains, valley.
Well, it was the perfect place to shoot it, and it was not that far from Hollywood, right? Where is it?
It was somewhere.
It's northern. I think
it's somewhere near Hollywood because they drive to Hollywood a couple times.
Yeah, it's somewhere. Yeah.
So it's a couple hours probably.
Yeah.
Do you think it's north or south of Hollywood?
Maybe east.
It's like something of Aqua.
Probably east, because I mean,
Agua Dulce.
That's what blew my mind. San Diego was like you think of it as being like the beach, but you go 30 minutes east and you're like in the fucking desert. Like California is a desert, pretty much. Southern California and most of California, I bet.
Yeah, I mean,
it ain't all fucking just palm trees everywhere.
This movie was seriously
It's basically north of Los Angeles.
Yeah,
it's in Southern California though.
But I'm telling you, man, get outside the coast in Southern California is mostly like desert kind of shit.
Yeah,
it is.
I believe you.
Palm Springs, all that kind of stuff.
This fucking movie.
Man, the traffic is terrible in LA right now. Jesus.
I feel like I don't have much else to say.
6:30.
They're like closing thoughts before we start kicking around what we want to get into next week. Great choice, Wyatt. I'm glad you chose this.
Yeah, I'm pumped up, man.
That's gonna be one of our best. That's gonna be one of our best choices, I think, for a while.
Well, that's what shocked me is like I was so unsure, man. I just don't know nowadays. I don't know what people like. Everyone's so different.
I would never have watched this movie unless I had to.
All right, so I'm gonna nominate a film just because I'm getting ready to watch it, and because I think it's in a similar genre of like makes you think it's a different type of film than it actually is, and I think we should watch The Menu.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down for that.
Rebuttal. I don't know. Mine.
Ben's gonna kill you, Eric, if you don't let him get his nom in.
No, either that or I want to do one of my other ones.
Guess what? The Menu is gonna be relevant for a little bit longer.
All right, well then,
my rebuttal.
Let's do Death to Smoochie then.
Let's hear what Eric has to say before you get in.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
The whole point of this podcast, and beautifully put by Wyatt here, was to get people to watch movies that they'd never seen or never probably would. Travis, 13th Warrior. Now we've got.
Well,
Menu,
I get what you're saying, but I think that the Menu might fall under that.
Yeah.
Okay, but
because I think it the way it's advertised, it makes it kind of. Kelsey and I originally didn't want to watch it until we, didn't exactly get spoilers, but a more descriptive, explanation of what the film's actually about.
Don't tell
We
me
wouldn't
what
have
it's
watched
about.
it if we hadn't done that.
I like to go in fresh.
I want to go in blind as a bat.
all right.
I'm not going.
Here's my
you can't go in
pitch.
blind to
I'm
anything.
trying to get
though.
Travis to watch
Eric,
this
can I have a
movie
pitch?
called
What
Monos.
movie? What movie do you want to watch?
This
God.
movie is called Monos. I've been trying to get Travis to watch it for 3 years because it's a Colombian film, and
What is it?
I don't know one other person on the planet Earth that has watched this movie, even though I've asked multiple people to watch it.
Anos?
Haven't gotten anyone to watch it.
It's hard to find, isn't it?
It's a little hard to find. I watched it on a plane ride. That's how I found it. I never would have watched it. It just sounded intriguing. I was like, why not?
War drama?
All right, well,
On
I'm
a
not
remote
taking
mountaintop,
Wait,
8
war
kids
drama.
with guns watch over a
It's like
hostage
a
in
modern
scripted
Lord of the
cow.
Flies kind of thing. It's a Colombian film. It's all in Spanish, subtitles.
Pass.
Exactly. It's a pass, but it's not a pass.
Yeah, I wouldn't pass. I would never pass, Eric. I would never
I
pass.
passed the shit out of
I'm
that.
gonna have
Well,
to.
that's my pitch.
How long?
No,
is
I'm
it?
just
Couple
kidding.
of American boobs.
Is it City of God vibes?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, that's my pitch.
140.
It's an hour, we can watch
It's
whatever.
an hour and 40
Exactly
minutes
this menu.
of subtitles.
Yeah, exactly. This is the movie Shoehorn.
It's just trying to
Not
get
the
people to
Zach
watch stuff they
Mahika
never would have
suggestion,
saw.
Shoehorn.
You'll watch the menu when you're bored one day. Because it's there.
It's the most promoted movie
All
on
right,
fucking
that's-
HBO right now.
Hey,
It's not everyone is watching it.
We need a few clicks right now, Eric. We're not getting the clicks here.
Hey, like I said,
Like,
that's
yeah.
To like and subscribe, guys.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I'm
like
down to watch it because I love Ralph Fiennes or whatever the fuck his dumb name is. No one knows.
Do you know what I saw earlier? There was an article about just referencing a cheeseburger from the film, and
I
I'm
just
really
saw that
intrigued
too.
to watch that now.
Well, if I watch this, you're going to watch AQP1.
All right. Well, then, what about any of the other films I've referenced? Are they still up for debate, or are they just always going to be on the back burner?
No, I definitely want to rewatch. It's been
Like Kiss
Death to
Kiss or
Smoochie.
Death to Smoochie.
Oh, I forgot
I'd really
about
like
this.
to-
stuff.
yeah.
Death to
figure out
Smoochie is happening for sure. I
Is
want
it
to see that.
Smoochie.
Or is it like everyone gets a turn? Because if we think about it, it's my turn.
Yeah.
You had place.
Oh.
It could be
Eric's-
either of our
no.
turns.
Damn, Eric's playing hard.
I'm telling you,
It wants
Eric did
Monos.
I did not.
My turn.
I did not pick a place beyond the pines. I just brought it up.
And we went with it.
Andy
we went with it.
basically picked a
We went
place
with it.
beyond the pines for us, I think.
Who was I with? Who was I talking to? Oh, I was talking to Jonathan earlier. And he almost made me want to do what's that fucking Christopher Nolan film?
Oh, Tenet?
Not Tenet. The one
What?
before that. Inception.
Oh yeah.
He asked you what?
I haven't watched
Inception.
Inception in a minute. I wonder
Everybody
if
in the
that's
world
okay.
has seen Inception
Paul
10
asked you-
times.
Wait,
You haven't seen Inception, Ben?
hold on, reset.
I've seen
Paul said, "Do you what? Do you want to watch Inception with me?"
it. No. He just brought up the movie Inception. When
What did he say? Because I'm very intrigued.
I told him that I had to do a podcast later, and he said about what? And I said, we're doing movies now. And I was like, we're trying to do movies that like people haven't seen or
Inception.
probably wouldn't watch
Who
or
said this?
forgotten about. And then he said,
Tough.
like Inception.
Oh,
Yeah, Toff. Have you not seen Inception?
That
I was
movie
like, okay,
probably
maybe
made
I-
like
I was like-
$500 million.
I was like,
The
you know
most
what?
popular movie ever. I love him. Get him on the podcast.
And the most discussed movie ever.
I
That
love
thing has been
Toff.
analyzed to death.
yeah, couldn't have
What
him.
year was
like,
that from,
Sweet.
though?
That's so sweet, Toff.
Let me look at the
So
top 10 grossing movies of all time. I guarantee Inception's on there.
What's
No.
up? You mean like
Not
Inception,
top 10.
bitch?
You mean like Avatar or Titanic?
You
13
mean like
years
Avengers
old.
Infinity War?
13 years old. I probably haven't seen it in 12 years.
What?
Inception.
I mean, it's a good movie.
Yeah, no, I definitely watched it a million times trying to figure out what the fuck was going on.
it
and
made-
never could get it.
It made $836 million.
Damn, I can't even find it in the top 100. Where the fuck is that?
Oh yeah, dude.
Movie sucks. Maybe Todd's on something here.
No, he's not.
88 on the top 100 grossing movies all time. That's nuts.
That's not that nubs. That's
Of
pretty
all
good.
time.
You mean like Aladdin?
What else we got? Wyatt, what's your suggestion? All right, I take back the menu. We'll do the menu next year.
I already said
No,
my
like,
suggestion. The
vote.
Vast of
Let's
Night.
vote. Why not?
The what?
The Vast of Night is my suggestion.
Has anyone watched Zach well, I guess nope, I can't bring up one that is currently actually
What is it, Ben? What is it? Huh?
The Pale Blue Eye, I think it was on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. He just goes through whatever the fuck is new on every streaming service. I got
Well, no,
I
this
got
one
nothing.
Okay. Regardless, this one actually did look good.
Yeah.
It's Christian Bale. No fucking
Christian-
duh. Give me
Let me do Monos, and then I'm good for like 10
Good
movies. It's like the 13th Warrior for Travis. Like, I just want people to watch this and talk about it. I don't care if you hate it. I apologize if you hate it, but I would just like to discuss it. And it's free on Hulu. We can all put in Yarn 29 Bear Jason's Hulu account and watch it.
Okay.
I have Hulu.
Yeah, okay. I
I mean,
need
dude.
Hulu, so I will need the Yarn 29 Bear.
Wait. What is it on?
It's on Hulu.
Oh,
We have
fuck yeah.
Jason's
All right,
Hulu.
just, I don't know if we'll ever watch, but I'm telling you, check out the Vast of Night. That shit
No,
is
and
hot.
that one's next. I'm just saying, let me get this one, please.
Yeah, you got it, brother. You got it,
All
baby.
right.
I'm
Eric has made his case for me.
And this is gonna be controversial,
That's
possibly. You could
that's
hate. I could
best.
see you not liking it, but I think you're gonna like this one.
Okay, Bubba.
Ben is
You're
not
gonna be a punch. You're gonna
pleased.
be like, can't believe he told me to watch this, and then you're gonna get
Well,
flipped.
I'm just bummed because next time when we finally
Maybe
agree to
going
watch
off
Death to
Netflix.
Smoochie, it won't be fucking free anymore.
What's it on right now?
It's free on YouTube right now. On
See what-
YouTube.
Dude. That is
That'll be
nuts.
free forever. Don't worry. That movie's a little overrated.
All right.
Just kidding. We'll do it. What about the menu? That's never going away.
No, I don't care. I don't care.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, see, well, the only reason is because I'm not saying that we can't watch new movies, but literally the Menu and Pale Blue Eyes, those are like the newest. They just came out. They're the newest. They're the hottest movie.
The only way I
The
know
only
about
problem is
No.
a lot of the
Pale-
other.
Yeah. Pale Blue Eye
What?
makes no sense to me for us to do. But the menu, like Ben was saying, makes some sense to me because that is a
I
movie
agree.
that
I
think
agree.
would turn off a lot of people.
I agree. It looks weird. It does look
Yeah.
kind of weird. I don't know what to make of it. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do the menu.
So we're doing the Monos or the
Yes.
we're doing the menu, the Mono,
No.
Monos.
the Monos. All right. Cool.
Eric
Which
has
means
mono.
monkeys.
Does it really?
Oh, it does.
Mono.
Going from Gordy to more
That's
That's a
monkeys.
good transition.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Smooth
I'll have to watch
transition.
Planet of the Apes.
I can't wait. I've been waiting for 3 years to talk to someone. That's the whole this
How
podcast.
did you end up watching this on a
It
fucking?
was on
boat?
it was on when I on my plane ride back from when me and Ferber went to England. This was on the plane. I watched this movie and I watched the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because it was like a 7 hour.
I'll blame you, Ferber, for this.
No, he wasn't on the plane with me. It was just me.
Okay.
We didn't take the same flight back.
What else did you watch? You said what was the second movie?
What's the movie that this reminds me of? That the kids Red Dawn.
I never saw Red Dawn.
Is that the movie?
So
where the
these
kids
are like
defend the town.
gorilla. It's a gorilla thing.
Well,
Is the FARC mentioned in this? FARC?
No, it's white people.
I haven't seen it in like a couple years, so I don't know.
Yeah, Red Dawn. Is this based off of Red Dawn?
No.
No.
Is this a Colombian Red Dawn?
No.
No.
Shakira's in it?
Yes.
Shut
Really?
up. Oh, my wife's gonna be
Maybe.
all in on that.
Yeah, my wife loves Shakira.
My wife.
See, that's why it pisses me off. It's a Colombian movie. I've asked Travis 100 times to watch it.
You're such
He's
an
like,
asshole.
yeah, I'll get to it. Yeah.
That's a dick move.
I have to tell people this all the time. People recommend stuff to me, but I can't watch something until I come to the decision myself that I want to watch it.
That big ear.
That's why I like this podcast.
Exactly. That's why I think this is perfect because
Yeah.
you've
Holy
been
shit.
Apparently it won some.
against it.
Apparently it won some very prestigious films.
It's a good
on the
movie.
At the
awards.
ball
If
in-
you don't like
at
it,
the-
then
yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
It's got a Sundance.
I heard it killed at Cannes.
Con.
Con
Where'd you hear that
Didn't
from,
make,
Johnny
didn't make it
Drama?
there.
I'm a fucking legend in Con. Fucking Viking Quest pussy, dog. Hey, so yeah, I guess we're watching Monos. That's cool.
Yeah, I can't.
I had
wait.
monos
Do the
once.
podcast. Let's watch it tonight and do a podcast tomorrow.
No. Not at all.
No.
I only watch.
No.
I watch
You got
Wednesdays.
3 more hours than we do, buddy.
2. I'm on Mountain Time right now.
Is there a football game on right now,
Arizona's
Eric?
not the full 3. Wow, I didn't know
Well, it's SWIT. We don't observe daylight savings time here.
that.
Eric,
You're one of those states.
you guys want to buy a ranch so we can depict some sort of UFO sighting? That would be excellent. Let's get ourselves a homestead, and then who knows what'll happen? You know what I mean?
Jordan
I saw
already did
some,
it.
when I was living in Denver. I saw some UFOs. I'm not gonna lie. I saw some.
You saw some?
Oh, absolutely.
Where they're at?
Another explanation than
Denver's closer to New Mexico, so yeah.
They got shit in Denver
Roswell.
and Colorado too,
Look up
though.
DIA.
I
A
think.
lot of military
They
presence
got
there.
bases out the ass. Isn't there like an underground city in Colorado rumored?
The DIA airport is
Under the
hub.
airport.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, also just the escape, like for presidential, like bunkers and shit. I
You
think.
know
are in
what? I
Colorado.
never thought about it until just now. They have a couple of statue horses, Broncos,
Yep.
right outside DIA. I wonder if that was
Yep.
a little from Nope. A
That
little
crazy fucking they do. It's crazy, dude. It's weird as shit. I don't know. Isn't it like blue? Has like red eyes. There's some weird shit.
Oh
at that
yeah,
airport.
you've flown to Colorado. I forgot.
Oh,
Col-
damn right I have.
Boulder is home of the Illuminati.
Dude, we flew out to Colorado.
A lot
Get
of-
up! Get the fuck in here!
A lot of alien
Get the fuck
presence.
out.
I saw some lights one night, and they just moved in directions that I'd never seen anything on Earth move before, and in speeds which were not explainable.
And how
I
many
believe
peyotes had you smoked?
Why were you looking up at the night sky?
Because I was walking my dog, and that's the kind of person I am. I don't look at the ground. I look up. I look at vast expanse.
Whoa, what do you look at? You should watch The Vast of Night tonight, Eric. Tonight. Let me ask you guys this one question. Shut the fuck up! Let me ask you this one question. Do
Yeah.
you guys watch movies with the proper mood? Do you turn the lights down? Do you do you put your phone away? Do you not watch movies like
Put
Zach?
my phone away for this one. For Nope.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
so it's like it literally makes a difference. If you're just
Oh,
sitting there in the broad daylight watching fucking Nope, I'm not saying it will be bad, but it won't be as you know what I mean. Like it matters.
I cut the lights. Yeah. I will say I grabbed my phone a few times during 13th Warrior. I tried not to.
Oh,
Well, that's
jeez.
different. That's different.
But this one didn't. Yeah, I think that's a good tell of how interested you are in a movie.
Yeah, I don't look at my phone when I'm watching a movie generally.
Hard not to.
It is. It's getting harder and harder, but I try to stay strong.
How's it going?
Vast of Night, directed by Andrew.
Ben, are you alive?
Yeah, I'm alive. Travis,
And
the
why
one
it's
thing
the
that I thought was
Mr.
intriguing, but also that I hated about Peacock, is the pause screen as an advertisement.
Ooh.
Well, they got to get him in somehow.
Yeah,
Prime is sick, dude. With the X-ray, when it tells you like everyone that's in
Love
the
that.
scene, so
Love
sick.
that.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's a cool feature. Smart
No,
feature.
Peacock sucks. Except, yeah, it's good
The
for
Office.
watching the Premier League and The
Right.
Office.
Peacock is the worst streaming app in my opinion. It's the
Yeah.
most buggy and it always gives me the most problems.
Oh, it's terrible.
And it's gay. It sounds gay. Peacock, get a
Yeah.
fuck off. Fuck out of here. Just call it
Yeah.
NBC Plus. Fuck off.
Yeah, why,
Yeah,
did,
NBC
why
Plus.
did they do that?
Peacock, because
Their
that's
logo.
their.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but why? But why?
should be different.
Because
They're
like
edgy.
they took it a level deeper. You have to
It's
pay
smart.
to get a
It's
level
cute.
deeper.
It's good.
Too deep. Way too
So
deep.
Oh God, you guys are good people, man.
Some
Well, I
41
love
would
you,
say
Zach.
you're in too deep.
Sorry, Zach. Sorry you didn't like a
I'm
good
in
movie.
too deep.
Yeah, I would love to have Zach on to be like just shit on this movie, right? Like no
Yeah,
one
I'd love to hear
shit
it.
this movie.
How?
It's fortunate to me.
That movie made no fucking sense.
The problem is that you have to watch the movie consistently throughout the movie to appreciate the fucking movie.
He strikes me
don't
as a
want-
TJ who only like is into laser beams and popcorn
Yes.
Marvel movies.
I can't. It
I
doesn't
think
make sense.
I think he's in that sense that he will watch anything.
Yeah,
He'll
that's
watch
why I don't get it.
literally anything.
He
So how
watches
can you
everything.
say anything's bad if you'll watch anything?
Yeah, I don't. That's what makes me confused. Is he literally said Stranger Things season 4. He went out of his way to talk about that and shit on this. Stranger Things season 4 is fucking garbage in comparison to this movie, especially in comparison to the other seasons of Stranger Things. It's horrific. And if you're gonna say that is good and this sucks, I don't know what you're basing your ratings off of.
Well,
I think you're just saying
I
shit.
thought season 4 was better than season 2 and 3 because they were garbage.
I thought all the children.
Let's just admit that they've all gone downhill.
They've
since
all
season-
gone downhill
Yeah,
since one. Yeah, we're all in agreement.
I
there.
love it. I love Stranger Things more than probably most people, but I thought season 4 was pretty sad in comparison to what they had going. I mean,
Wasn't it 2 parts?
yeah, weirdly 2 parts. Whatever. It just doesn't make sense. It's not comparable. Nope is a fucking
Papa?
piece of art in comparison to season 4 of Stranger Things. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Season 4 of Stranger Things. Maybe season 1 is comparable.
I would kind of like to do. Speaking of a limited series, I would like to do maybe a spin-off of the Shoehorn, single episode, watching Dark season 1 again.
Brought to you
I
by
will do
Wendy's.
that.
Absolutely.
I would love.
Who here watched 1899?
Nobody.
Oh, I did. No one else did.
No.
I didn't
would
watch
I
it
would
because
watch
you
Dark.
said it sucked. Everybody said it sucked.
It wasn't. It didn't get renewed, so
and then it got
Well,
canceled.
it got immediately canceled.
it's kind of telling.
Why?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
what
telling.
would you think?
It wasn't good.
It's canceled.
I was just curious. Nick liked it a lot, so I was just curious
Yeah.
how it was off there. I don't know.
Nick was gonna like that a lot, no matter what. So.
I don't know. 'Cause I was in on it in the first episode, but it just it drags and just nothing ever.
And
changes.
then seeing future Jonas,
Yeah, I didn't like that because
like that just immediately
Takes
took
your
me
heart.
out of it. Like
that, and because he was the only one. Like if they had done 3 or 4, it would have made more sense to me. But if you're gonna do one, don't do any. You know what I mean? Just do a whole new cast at that point.
yeah, no, he was the main character of their other show. What are they thinking?
Yeah, and they I liked that first. It's oh, this reminds me of Dark, but then it was it never really went anywhere for me.
It was a
Yeah,
bad.
when's he
copy
gonna
of
say he's
Dark.
Jonas?
It just was not as deep at all.
Yeah,
You could they definitely I could give a fuck if they did a second season. I think that's why I got canceled.
oh yeah. Nobody was gonna watch season 2.
That blows.
I was looking online and people were some people are into it, but I was just come on,
See, dude, I would do that with we've talked about it already, but the OA is a really slept on show, and it's kind of slow start, but it's fucking weird, dude.
Because I was in one of the interviews I was watching for Nope, the guy from the Circuit City place, I can't remember his name. He
Rise.
was OA.
Angel?
Yeah, Angel. He's in the OA. Do you remember that? I never saw it.
No.
Oh my god.
But he was in that.
Yeah.
He
He
looked
was.
familiar,
Oh my god.
definitely.
Holy fuck. See, that's where. Oh my
Was he
god, that's
good
what he's fucking from.
Was he good in that too?
Yeah, he's
I
fine.
don't remember his
dude.
part.
Yeah, dude, that's a slept-on sci-fi show too. I don't think anyone really watches
Season
that.
one of that show
That
blew
one
my
get canceled
fucking
also?
mind.
What?
Yeah, it's 2 seasons. Now they're talking about not renewing it, which sucks. And
Is
I
he
think that chick,
I don't understand
Yeah,
that.
he was
Like,
French.
policies or like what
Yeah.
they're.
Ivan Pereira.
he was the
Perea.
dude who was like a great student athlete while he was doing drugs and shit, like raising his fucking like son, his brother or something. His mom was like an alcoholic. That show is wild, bro.
That doesn't
was
sound
the
like
third
sci-fi.
season?
The premise of the
that's not. Yeah, no. I'm not going to tell you the sci-fi aspects of this show. I'm going to let you go in fresh if you
I
ever
ain't
watch.
watching it, bro.
What has the lead from that? The lead from that? She hasn't been in anything. Has she? She hasn't been in anything
He
since
was
that.
in a movie that was well rated as well, like Another World or something like that. Another Earth.
She was fantastic in that for me.
He's great, and I told you you slept on season 2, but fucking Zendaya is in season 2.
Well,
so
no,
you
I
slept.
did sleep on it, and I stopped watching it and never picked it back up.
Yeah, you should. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Yeah, dude, this is great. There's so many fucking movies and shows, dude. Like, we should really do a show. Like, we'll just do Wednesdays. We'll do shows. How about that, guys?
Yeah.
Showy
Yeah,
Shoehorn.
Yeah, yeah.
Shoehorn. Look at you.
Oh,
Look at that guy.
Shovey Moohorn.
Hey, have you ever seen Inception? Ever heard
Oh,
of
this is
Christopher Nolan?
I'm so fucking jazzed up. I seriously felt like I watched a movie that was made in 1987 or something like that. Like,
Great movie.
I didn't feel that way, but I've been watching a lot of Yellowstone.
well, I mean,
lately, so I
just
guess.
his style. Like, it looked like very.
It had a.
It
So
was
it
2
had a
hours
very,
and it was tight pacing. Yeah.
It was a popcorn movie without like the general popcorn filler bullshit.
What's that? What's that sci-fi show that had the intro like
The Twilight
oh
Zone.
my God. Yes, it had a very Twilight Zone feel. Thank you, Travis.
I was gonna say it's like Black Mirror, which is kind of the same thing, I guess.
Well,
Yes.
I was thinking of Twilight Zone because Peele was involved.
Yeah,
He remade it. Yeah.
he was the host of the newer version of it. Wasn't
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was the other guy, wasn't it?
Twilight Zone.
No,
Yeah.
no, he was Jordan Peele was involved in the Twilight Zone remake.
Oh,
According
okay,
to me,
yeah.
Yeah, he wrote it. He directed it. No, see, he
No,
probably
he didn't
Yeah,
direct it.
watch
he
this.
narrated it. Probably that's it.
It's something. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the narrator.
Yeah, but everyone probably thinks Jordan Peele had his fingerprints all over this. This shit sucked. Add it to another pile of Jordan Peele's terrible. Nope, just it was the narrator.
He didn't. Well, the thing is, he didn't have that reputation at all. But this is his least liked of like his crowd, which is interesting.
Right. Dude,
Still made money though, and right now he's sitting at just doing a quick math. He's made 600 million off like less than 200 million budget, so he's still 400 million in the clear.
They like
Always
that. But they
ahead.
want more. They're greedy. But
Well, yeah, they do.
I
He's got
mean,
something on his IMDb like coming, so hopefully he gets something going next year.
Well, yeah,
guys,
looking at that, he's what?
Key and Peele, like he is funny. If you've ever watched Key and Peele, it's so hit and miss, but he is funny as fuck. And
He's
like,
talented as shit, dude. His impressions are incredible.
yes,
I love both of them, dude. I love both of them. I think they're both fucking.
no, I think he's
Funny.
funny.
The other guy's slightly
think
more
Peele
corny,
is
but
cool.
yeah.
The other guy's more like slapstick, like over the top.
Yeah, he's a bit
guy.
he's a bit loud for me. I like.
Have you
Peele.
seen the one where they're texting and Jordan Peele is smoking, and they keep misinterpreting the other one's texts?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No,
I remember
look
the
up
one
that.
where he keeps like saying, "Let me get a hit of that, man." He's like, "No, dude, you can't handle this." And he's like, "Come on." He's like, Dude, you literally already did hit it 2 hours ago, and you've been asking me this for the last 2 hours. It's so funny. You're high as fuck, dude. You don't even know how high you are. You already hit this. You won't shut the fuck up. You forgot. There's some good sketch, but there's you gotta. Oh, thank you, Ben. You really gotta wade through some weird, shitty ones.
Yeah, Keen Field's great though.
Yeah.
All right, we're at an hour and 30. Should we take off the record? Eric, you want to give us a send-off?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. And I want to thank everyone for voting to see Monos movie, MONOS. You can find that on Hulu, and that's what we'll be talking about next week. Make sure you have your glasses on. This one is subtitled, unless you're Travis and you know Spanish.
That's true. Oh, yeah. I got an advantage this week.
Damn.
Except I probably won't be able to understand it.
That's not fair, papi.
Yeah,
oh, papi chulo.